Hello, everybody. Hello, Peter.
Oh, hi, friends. Hi, Armin.
Friends. Since
Hi,
when?
I mean, we have a lot of fans, and we hadn't the show last week or,
With
or
Mael
1 week ago.
2 weeks ago?
Yes, we spared one, and I think about I'm not sure, but it's about 650 or so emails. Oh, Peter, what's wrong? We missed your podcast. Where's Armin?
Mm-hmm.
What's the cause? They really missed us.
Yeah, really?
Yeah,
They
yeah.
didn't find my email, the most probably, because I didn't get one, but it's fine. But you are the fan, you are the famous one, so that's
Yes, but I
kind
had
of
to
fine.
say that all these emails were sent by female fans. Maybe,
Mm. Yeah,
maybe
I don't have a
that's
lot. It's unfortunate when you see my YouTube channel, then I have 89% male and only 2% or something female.
really.
Yeah.
Well, you have to work on it. Maybe you should use a string or string walking or something like that.
Yeah, I prefer to be dressed because then I don't see my six pack and everything, otherwise I go crazy and it's.
I think if I'm looking down, I think I have an 8 pack, not a 6 pack, but
I
an
have a
eight
full
pack
barrel. That's it.
for a barrel
Why should I
pack.
take on a six pack? We live fullest, so we have a barrel.
you know, because we talked about string, or I talked about string
Yes, you
or
did.
string walking.
Mm-hmm.
The German how is it called? Not minister. Uh,
Chancellor? No.
no, how is it called? Uh,
I don't know.
yes, Minister of Defense,
Mm-hmm.
but it's not Minister. It's Secretary of Defense. Is the
Mm-hmm.
right name in English. Uh, she talked about Ukraine and
Mm-hmm.
and Russia and so, and then she talked about Stringer rockets,
A string.
Stringer,
Yeah,
not
not really.
Stinger.
String.
This
Yeah.
this grandmom,
Yeah.
she has glasses like like
Gets 8,000 euros a month or something, and has a
yeah,
yes.
yeah, and she even
Yeah.
don't knows that
The
the
word
name of this rockets is
sting.
Stinger because
And,
they sting,
and
not
we know this since
Stringer.
Hollywood movies and whatever.
She just has in mind her string.
Most
I'm
probably.
sure that string hurts her, but
Maybe she imagines the Zelensky in a nice string tanga or something, and that's why she was a little.
oh baby, put on your Zelenskis.
Oh, yeah. Show me your Zelensky.
Oh, you're so Zelensky tonight.
Yeah, let's do
Oh,
it.
you Putin. You know what?
Putin in, Putin. No,
Put
no,
in
I'm
and put
Zelensky.
out. Put in, put out.
Put in, but without
Uh,
Zelensky. Yeah.
you know this. You know since that walrus
Yeah.
co uh, vex fuck
Mm-hmm.
thing. Uh, I thought that's the peak of propaganda.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not a kind of they call it in German a Putin agreeer or Putin understander or
Can
something
understand.
like that.
Yeah, yeah.
Putin understander.
Putin verstehe. Yeah, yeah.
Putin understander. I'm not a Putin understander and not a Zelensky understander,
Mm.
but I like to get more objective, more balanced news.
Mm.
And
Yeah.
our Western news
It's not going
are
to happen anymore.
fucked up. It's
Yes.
just one, like with Corona, it's just one way. If you have an different, just more objective opinion,
Mm.
oh, you're a Putin guy, a
Mm.
Putin groupie, and so on. It's horrible.
And
It's
the thing
horrible.
is, in all these media outlets, there are no journalists working anymore. They
No.
simply copy paste what is coming. So they don't even do the journalistic work, what they studied, what they get paid for. They simply copy paste. We could directly kick them all out and let the government directly publish everything.
Yeah. And it's worse. It is worse because they are not journalists, but activists.
Yeah.
So when I'm a journalist, I have to show this side of the of this side of the reality and the other side of the reality. And think about it. If you're married and you get divorced, and one journalist went to your former wife and asked her, "Oh, what's wrong? What happened?" She will tell her story, and her story will be true.
For her.
And the other journalist or the same journalist walks over to you and say, "You shortly you got divorced. Tell us why it happened." And your story also will be true. And that's what we now face with journalism. There are not two opinions more. You can't have another opinion in that same. Yeah, it's horrible.
Look at Austria. It's a neutral country. Has it in its paragraph 1. We are neutral. We don't get involved in anything. But Zelensky can come and talk here. Okay, but
and
then
our Green Party granddaddy president, and no, Van der Bellen.
Van der Bellen, this is horrible.
And I don't know if you know it. They had one big concert in the Ernst Happel Stadium, and stadium, football stadium, soccer stadium, and big thing with 10,000s of people, all without masks, all singing and screaming, and all the artists, because they get paid by the government, because they are not real artists, because a real artist can live on his performance, like Elvis did, like Gabalier does, like Helene Fischer does, like Falco did. They didn't need any money from the government. They filled the stadium by themselves. But all these other artists, they just get paid by the government, and then they make a Ukraine concert and so on. And then 1 week after, at the Heldenplatz, it's a hero place in Vienna, there were 10,000s without masks, screaming and singing, "Free Ukraine" and "Fuck Putin" and so on. No problem with Corona. No problem.
Isn't that nice? But at least you have to admit Putin killed Corona, right?
Yeah.
Hilarious.
I'm very happy about it.
Yeah, today, today I saw a post here in Malta. We have our Minister of Health is a woman, Charmaine Gauci. She is involved in the Knights of St. John here, the hospitals. And today somebody took a photo of her. She was inside a restaurant, standing there, not wearing a mask. She is the one. She is always, you need to wear your mask, and you all wear your mask. Yeah. And I was wondering, because usually only you see her face, but then this photo, you saw her whole shape. And then I always wonder, how can even possible a person like this be a health educator, health minister, when you see that they're not healthy at all?
I understand you. That's why I'm advocating for burqas, because all that ugly women would be.
In general, directly have a face mask and you cover yourself.
Yes, and a burqa is the best, because then also the body is covered, so you can see. Yeah. And I had the idea long ago. I would start with about 17 years. The girls should wear a kind of transparent burqa, and every year it would become a little darker. So with 35, they had a black burqa you can see through. That would
Jesus.
be the best thing.
Should we talk about archery maybe?
No,
No.
no, yes, but
Yes.
I like to say one more thing.
Okay.
Our all politicians in the Western world,
Mm,
we have a lot of values and we love peace and we love,
for sure.
we only have peace panzers and peace bombers and
Mm,
peace
guns.
guns,
Mhm,
rifles with flowers in it and so on.
mhm,
Uh, our all politicians said some month ago, yeah, it's all because of Corona.
mhm,
It's a big crisis, a worldwide pandemic, and
mhm,
we should be happy to be alive
mhm,
because we saved you.
mhm,
Okay. Then they had the delivery chain problems, there was
mhm,
something not available or the
mhm,
price raised
mhm.
slightly.
Yeah.
So so now Putin is there. The
Mm,
Ukraine war is there.
mhm,
So the gas prices, the
mm,
oil prices, the diesel prices, the sugar, everything, the underwear price, everything raises,
yeah,
of course, because if gasoline gets more expensive, everything gets more expensive.
of course.
But now the politicians have their next argument and execution.
Mm,
What is a big crisis? It's a war, and
mm,
the middle of Europe, it's a big war. What
mhm,
should you know?
yeah,
We all have to kind of uh, slow
everybody.
down our heaters
Yeah,
and
yeah. We need
cut
to
it down.
freeze for the
Freeze for
Ukraine.
peace.
Yeah, freeze for
Freeze for
peace.
peace. And you know what?
No.
I live in Austria,
Yeah.
in a neutral country.
Mhm,
So there's a war of a the biggest state in Europe is
mhm,
Ukraine,
mhm,
because Russia don't belong to Europe, as
mm,
like they say. I don't know.
mm,
The biggest state, twice or triple as big as Germany, I think, is
mm,
Ukraine, and they have a war with Russia.
mhm.
Of course, Russia was the aggression, did the aggression. Russia invaded, no question about it.
Mhm. Yeah.
And I should
You need to turn off your heater.
reduce
Exactly. Yeah.
my
Mhm.
heat or
And
so.
don't drive so
Really?
much. Maybe you should walk to work and not drive
Yeah.
to work anymore. Take a
Or
bicycle.
a solar bicycle,
Exactly.
yeah, or
Yeah, yeah, of
something
course.
like that. Oh yeah.
Mhm.
I am
Yeah.
really, and I'm, yeah.
You
Thank you,
you fully
EU.
understand. Yeah,
Thank you,
exactly.
von der Leyen. Thank
Mhm.
you, everybody.
Mm.
It's crazy like shit.
Yeah, when you see where this von der Leyen comes from, what her father did already, and back in the days of the opium wars and what
Albrecht, or how, I think Albrecht, or what
yeah, yeah,
his name was. Yeah, yeah,
something, yeah. He
yeah,
was big, heavily involved in all this stuff.
yeah,
So
yeah,
of
yeah.
course, where and people just don't read history, or I don't know,
Yeah,
or only
yeah.
the history books in school, and they don't do research or something, and then yeah, oh my God, Ukraine. We know since 20 years that Ukraine will be a problem one day. And Putin always said, look, here is the red
Yeah,
line. Don't cross the red line, NATO. NATO, oh, who cares?
why not? Yeah.
We
You
can,
know, I don't know if I said it before.
most
It
probably.
doesn't matter. Yes, most probably. Uh, 2 weeks ago, I by occasion, I found a YouTube clip
Mhm,
from this talk show, the German talk show Maybrit Illner,
mhm, yeah, don't know.
and this NATO General Kujat, a
Mhm,
German guy.
mhm,
He's now AD.
mhm,
He's retired. And Richard David Brecht, a
mhm,
philosopher, a German. In every
mhm,
talk
mhm.
show, he's present. Very
Yeah, yeah,
clever
we always need
guy
a
and
philosopher.
bestseller
Yeah.
author, and so on.
Mhm,
And a Ukrainian guy was there, and a Russian guy was there.
mhm,
The NATO general said exactly, when you today, this Kuyat general,
mhm,
when you would re-say it, what he said back in 2014 in this German television talk show. Or if you would say the same thing like Richard David Brecht said, today you would be a Putin guy.
Yeah.
Because the NATO General Kuyat said, look, we look closer and closer. The expansion to the eastern states of the NATO, it's a provocation to Putin.
Yeah.
Richard David Brecht, you know, he's a leftist. He's not a right-wing guy. He's a leftist. He said, you know, it's difficult with Ukraine. At first, the Rus, the Russians came from Kiev. So it was Russian. At the founding, it was Russian. Then there were the Cossacks. Then there were the Tatars. Then for 300 years, it belonged to Poland. And so on. So it's not, you know, I love if the Ukrainians have their own state and they should be independent and everything. But it's not that simple. It's not just a fight for freedom of a nation and so on. And it's completely twisted in our media. There's no.
Yeah, but the media simply explains it very simple. Putin is invading Ukraine for whatever reason. And that's all. And people simply stop thinking after this one. They get this information. Okay, now Putin is a bad guy and done.
Just think about the Iraq wars. Just think about the Syrian war. Just think about the Yugoslavian war.
Balkan states, everything. And the only thing we have to tell, how often did Putin invade the Western countries? And how often did the West invade Russia?
Yeah.
So it explains it all already. So he's not what you know.
Yeah.
It's hilarious.
You know what?
But at least a few people understand a little more, or they start not believing mainstream media that much anymore. This is what I can see in my surrounding.
Yeah.
That people are not so easily fooled like with COVID.
The big losers of the Corona crisis, big crisis, and the Ukraine crisis are the experts, the scientists, the politicians, the journalists, because, you know, people are stupid, but not that stupid, in my opinion. And, you know, when I think about all this, there's a wonderful, you have to, if you like, search for it in YouTube. There's a Dean Martin show, and one singer, there are a lot of female singers, and one female singer made a mistake, and Dean Martin said, I didn't make a mistake, you made a mistake, but you know, we all make mistakes. Remember Hitler. So, you know, that's history.
Yeah. It's like it is.
But I don't dare to say it. Because the narrative, like they call it, is Putin will not stop with Ukraine.
Exactly.
Next thing is Poland. Next thing is Latvia and
Austria, Germany, France.
And if I think about that narrative, I really can understand how the narrative was in the 1930s.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm sure this podcast will be blocked also, but
most probably, but then I get fined, then I get blocked for a week or something. That's fine.
So what's new in Malta?
Malta, nothing. Weather gets a little better, but there's so
the weather.
weather. For the rest, everything is the same. Bullcrap here.
When the weather gets better, so the women are more
It's
undressed.
yeah, but we don't have, it's
You
in
don't
winter
look at.
times.
You don't look at them.
Already nice and in summertime, but I don't look at these things. I don't care about this.
I understand. I wouldn't do it
I
either.
only look at other curves, it's from bows and stuff,
Yeah.
Oh
You
my
know what
God!
I
And I
say?
posted this one photo of me holding a Korean bow. I like curves, and you know what
Yeah,
Margin did?
it was a
Side.
very
Margin did a like.
a very flat joke. Yeah.
Yes. And then I wrote Margin. I like straight lines
But
too.
you know what a real man would say is,
Mm.
curves belong to girls and women, not to both.
That's a yeah, good. This depends which man this is. Even your straight
No,
line is
if
not so
it's a
straight.
man, he will say this. But
Okay.
if he's more a kind of,
I identify myself as a different man than you.
Samba or so.
I understand. But you got your bow now, right? You got your Bowman bow and you did a nice video.
Yeah.
Nice
And
video. You shot a nice all in the center. Nice done.
I didn't. The bow did it. I
The bow
just
did it.
grasped the bow and shot it.
Totally, yeah.
Oh,
Mhm.
oh man, are they all in the center?
And
And
hmm?
yeah, no.
What's your opinion now compared to, because you shot many hill style and real hill bows, compared to them? How is the performance? Is it there? Does it feel
Yeah,
like?
I'd say so. I'd say so.
Mhm.
And I had a lot of disputes with Magen
Mm,
about his first bows and so on. And but you know, you have to step closer and closer to dare to make a good bow. Like we
yeah,
talked before, the bow has to go to its limits,
yeah.
and he gets closer and closer. And this is a good bow.
Mhm,
I I said it to him, and I'm not
mm,
shy to say it. I like a straight grip more,
mhm,
and there's some I would like more a high gloss finish and so
mm,
on. But these are minor things.
mm,
But if a customer
yeah,
gets one of these bows, he
mhm,
could be happy. That's
yeah.
my opinion. And that's important for me.
And it's at least the closest what you could get now, let's say a hill style with
Yeah,
the
yeah,
slightly dashed handle and
yeah.
with only with his end cap with a bamboo grip and with a
Yeah,
bamboo.
but that's just optics.
Yeah,
It's about the
but it's
perform
still
the
for me.
characteristics and the
Yes,
performance.
but it's the optics too. It's optics and performance which
No,
makes it a
not
hill style
to me.
experience for me. Yes.
The optics. You're right, but for me the optics are the aesthetical lines, not
Mm,
which wood or if it
mm,
is fancy veneer or something.
mm,
To me, it's a slim, reduced, like Zen Buddhism,
mhm.
I'm not esoteric, so
No, not at all.
I'm
No.
not
Mhm.
no, but the reduction is the art.
Yeah, yeah,
To put to put away, it's
everything
like
understood.
writing a book. If
Hmm.
you can put away as much as you can, and the sense of the
Hmm.
sentence
Yeah.
is still there, you
Hmm.
win.
Yeah. It's like, I mean, I come from designing houses and there's the same principle. It's not, for a good design means that you could not add something that would be possible, but you can't put anything less than you designed. And then it's just what you said, it's exact the bare minimum, which makes it
Yeah,
perfectly work. Of course, you could do more, but for what?
yeah.
It's not needed. So
and
reduce.
and and that's why I say Hillstyle Bow is a kind of Formula One machine,
Mm,
because there's just a handle and limbs,
mhm. Yeah.
and how the limbs are made.
Mhm.
The
Mhm.
handle is just a kind of sympathetic thing. If you like the handle or you like it not,
Yeah.
one likes it east, one likes it deeper
Mm,
or
mhm.
smaller, or
Yeah,
that's kind
how
of
did Howard Hill have
how
it?
you like it.
Now, how did Howard Hill have it? I would always
No,
like to
but
have
I
it as
don't.
close
No, you're not
because
right.
now that's the thing is I don't know how I would like it. That's why I personally, If I buy a hill style bow, I would have it as close as possible to the original, that I know, okay, this is how Howard Hill felt when he shot his bow. And then I can say, okay, he liked it like this, but for me, maybe next time I would take the handle a little different. But first, it's like when I cook after a recipe. First time I cook exactly after the recipe. And the second time I think, okay, but this time I add this or do this differently. But first I want this pure experience, how it's supposed to be. And then I can change it.
I totally agree.
Oh, thank you. Hey, did you hear that, guys?
The first time,
you know, viewers, did you hear this?
55 podcasts, and the first time I agree with that.
Jesus Christ, we need to.
I totally
make all
agree.
a mark in the calendar today, please? That's a new era in podcast.
Totally agree. And as you say, you order a hill style bow with a very pointy grip and so on, and you dislike it, okay, then next time you like a dished or a smaller or so.
But at least I know what Howard Hill or how he shot.
Yeah.
And this is
you
for
have
me.
You have to have it to understand the magic of this thing. You also can dislike the magic, no problem with that.
But at least you know it then, and that's why it's so important for me. If I get a hill style bow, it needs to be as close as possible to what Howard Hill was shooting. Otherwise, I can shoot any American semi longbow, any whatever have you. Then I don't mind.
And you wouldn't be able to judge the hill style bow because if it's a watered down version of a hill style bow.
And I think, okay, nice, but you know, my slick stick from Bearpaw is nice.
That's why Magen Klampol says I'm Peter very stubborn and old stubborn, and I say old clumsy. But the symmetry, kind of grip, and you know, the limbs are, you know, they should be. And I showed the different hill style bows with very
almost a square shape,
and also a very flat bow hill styles. Like Jeremy said, these are the real hill bows. I don't know, but that's the second thing. But the handle area and the symmetry and you know that slim lines and so yes.
And the thing is, why not simply copy this? Why do I need to think as a bow builder? I need to make it better.
You can't. And you look, it's like you would say, you know, I like to make an Elvis song better.
I mean, even when I'm drunk and sleeping and fart, I will make it better, but it's okay. That's me because I'm special.
No. You know, Howard Hill really was a kind of Elvis of archery. He had a unique style of everything he used, every item, everything, and so on. And if you see a silhouette, just you know
it. You know it's him.
You know, that's how.
And that's why exactly you need the same glove,
Elvis.
you need the same arm guard, you need the same quiver, and you need to learn the swing draw and everything, because this is all the hill style experience. And then I'm in it, I'm on it. And
I have to excuse because I'm very a lazy archer. I didn't draw proper
full draw, but you shot still nice center shots. It's fine, but you could draw an inch more.
Yeah, or 2 inch. Well, it doesn't depend. And so there is a lot of requests about that. Disposed by Magen Klomp by Fairbow Netherlands, and now this week he sent me the new Bowman archery tackle by Fairbow.
Nice.
So I have to sew it on my chest. And what all Howard Hill fans will like, he also
nice
this Howard Hill Longbowman patch. And I'm kind of proud. I designed it some years ago, and also Craig Ikin of Hill Archery sold it, and now Magen offers them. It's a nice patch, I'd say.
Yeah, he should offer now directly a complete package, including the books and everything.
I said it to him. Think about the set. The bow, the arrow, arm guard, quiver, everything.
Everything.
Some sew-on patches.
Sunglasses. The orange thing, of course,
Scarf.
yeah, of course.
Yeah.
And then the
Bottle of
one,
whiskey.
then the small puppet and the whiskey, exactly. Yeah, of course.
Yeah, nice idea.
Yeah.
That's the way to go, of course.
Yeah, hey,
That's the way to
you
go.
need to start at one point,
But
of course.
it's
Yes.
step by step.
Mm-hmm.
Finally, we talk about archery, no? Isn't it?
Yeah, it's boring. Let's talk about something else.
Let's talk about girls
Of
also.
course, women, and of course, no. Now we stick with archery. I only don't know what I should talk about archery. I have now you saw my own.
I suspect you know more about women, but not about archery.
Most probably, yeah. But I'm good with curves, that's why. You saw the video of my Oneida bow? Left hand Oneida
One I said,
hybrid.
one I
The new
saw.
one, I have now a proper arrow rest on it. Now this bow works.
No, I didn't watch it.
Yeah, now it works.
I have to.
Yeah.
But that's a great bow, no?
It's interesting. I like it and I don't like it. So first of all, it's heavy. And second of all, it's this draw experience. And at the beginning, it's hard, and then you almost feel nothing. And and even here, you let go, and there is it feels so weird once you get another bow in your hand again. Like, it's so totally different. And yeah, it's interesting and cool. And of course
cool.
I shook up the whole lever bow community on Facebook because they shared the video, and now like, what, he shoots thumb release, oh my god, a few of them directly, oh my god, you should get a right hand one, put the arrow on the right side, but the others all like this idea. So we see the revival.
So you have two? No, you've just a lefty.
No, I've only left hand. A right hand bow I shot already, so I don't need a right hand one. I wanted to have it for thumb release, otherwise boring. And if I would have taken a right hand one, I would not have taken the 31-inch max draw, and then 28 is enough for me.
And I didn't watch it.
It's okay. Fine. I watched
this last one, but I don't
person,
remember if you had a speed meter on the first one.
Yeah, on the first one.
What was the speed?
230, I think.
Okay. And the draw length?
31 inches.
Okay.
Lever bows, yeah, they're good.
Yeah, but as we discussed before, if you order a bow like that, that Oneida for 28 inches draw, you would shoot the same speed, no? With the same arrow, the same speed.
I don't know.
I'm sure.
I don't know. I'm not the Buddha of archery, or what did you always say there? Dalai Lama of archery, I don't know.
Dalai Lama, the speaking lama of archery.
A lama. Okay, I can spit in your face.
Spitting lama.
Exactly.
So what about our bygone guests? All they talk, oh, I'd like to go to your show, I'd like to talk, blah, blah, blah. It's very difficult. The timing is very difficult. But I really enjoyed our talk with our Muslim friend. What was his name? It was very nice.
Yeah, it was good.
Of course, the talk with Mail was nice again. Yeah.
Yeah, we will have him back in the show.
Yeah. But he's not on Facebook, no?
I don't think so, no. I know a few guys, Muslims, they don't have Facebook.
Yeah. But
makes sense.
I have to say, you can't argue with a person believing in legendary old stories, because when I say this, he says, but the prophet said this.
Yeah, of course.
That's difficult.
Yeah, I mean, of course, there's no historical proof. It's simply, I had this argument too when I was in Lebanon, and there was one Muslim girl, and she was totally in love with archery, and sometimes she was better than me. When I had a bad day, and oh, now you're angry at me, I said, no, I'm totally happy. You can't make me more happy and proud than when you shoot better than me. And then we were, and I will teach you the Quran and that you learn this stuff. And then I said, look, what I know now is alcohol is forbidden, right? You don't drink. No, we don't drink alcohol. But when you look a few years back in the times of Mohammed, alcohol was not forbidden. So, and then Mohammed died, but now it's still the words of Mohammed. And now it said, oh, you don't drink alcohol. So how could he have said it? Because he is, he's
Yeah,
not there.
yeah,
Oh yeah, that's true. I will talk to my father. So better not, because I don't want to have
yeah,
some religious crisis coming up. So there are things, of course, but it's like with the Christian religion, it's the same.
yeah. It's the same, but unfortunately or fortunately, as you like to see
Yeah,
it,
depends.
you won't find believers like that Muslim people in
Mm,
Christianity
yeah,
anymore,
mm,
because these are not priests or nuns or
mm,
so, but they're just believers and they
yeah,
really believe in their
yeah,
stuff, and I totally have respect
yeah,
and honor this kind of ideas.
yeah.
So you can't compare it. That's very difficult. And one thing is true, because I did research on Islam and so on. You know, it's very, how you call it, crucial or so.
Mm,
In the days of Mohammed, nothing was written down. It's like
mm,
with the Bible,
yeah.
it was written down 200
Way
years
later. Yeah, yeah.
way later. Yeah,
And it was not one
and
book, it was a collection of different
yeah,
writings.
yeah,
And
like with the
then
Bible.
and then the priests were sitting there and
Yeah,
checking that only the parts they want to be in it are
and
in it.
and and as we said before, I think with Murat, we talked about it.
Mm,
All the first mosques
mm,
were pointing
mhm.
to Jordan,
Yeah,
to
Petra.
how is it called, Petra.
Yeah.
Yeah, and in the days of Mohammed, some say
Mm,
the city of Mecca wasn't existing
mhm,
because it was very far away from the trade routes and so on.
yeah, yeah.
So it's an interesting, but it's the same thing with Christianity. I don't like to say this is true and this is not true.
Yeah.
It's difficult, and of course every kind of ruler and
Mm,
also religious leaders are rulers. They
mm.
made their stuff up,
Of
and
course.
and to connect people, to get power over
To
them, and
control
it's
people.
true
Yeah, of
with
course.
more with the Mohammed followers and also
Mm,
with the
Jesus
Christ
followers. Yeah.
followers. Yeah, yeah, yeah. But on the other hand, if you have something you believe in,
Mm,
you have a kind of light on the horizon.
mhm,
We here in the Western world, we don't believe in anything. We don't believe in our values and the black side and
yeah.
the white, the dark and the good side and the
Mm,
dark side of the force and the bright side of the force.
mm,
And so, but it's the same is true in religion. They believe in good and bad and
mm,
so on. But as long as there are people on earth,
mm.
humans on earth, they always were good and bad.
Yeah. But this is only a judgment. It always depends on
Yeah.
your point of view
And on in the
on the
situation,
situation.
a
Exactly.
good
Yeah.
guy can make a bad thing in
Mm,
the bad situation, and the opposite.
yeah. That's why this good and bad is in your judgment. When you see Taoism, there is no good and bad. It's not the opposite of each other. It's in one line. It's only a different gradation of what is.
Yeah, and the
And
bigger
it's
knowledge is a very good person can is able to make very bad things, and a very bad person is able to make very good
exactly.
things.
But
And
again, it's always a matter of interpretation. It's all a gradation of the same. Day and night are not opposites. It's a gradation. It's not now it's night and now it's day. It slowly gets dark and then it slowly gets bright again. So
yeah,
it's one line. It's only a different gradation of the same. So there
yeah.
is no good and bad, or it's all bullcrap.
I'd say with good it's difficult, but I'd say there for sure some behaviors or some doings or deeds
Yeah.
which are bad
Bad in which regards? Morally or?
in every regard.
Hmm,
If you walk over to your neighbor without the cause and you kill him, that's
hmm,
bad. If you fuck a child,
hmm,
that's bad.
hmm. It's
Let's
maybe
say
not right. Yeah, it's not right to do so, but is it bad?
it's bad. I'd say it's bad.
Okay.
But you know, yeah, yeah, it's difficult.
To
Very
do the right
difficult.
thing, I think, is more important than to do good or bad.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Yeah,
Because
yeah.
good and bad, and especially all these moral things, they
Some
change. First of all, upon religion, upon place where you are, upon time where you are in. It always
yeah.
changes. A few hundred years ago, it was okay to kill people, whatever. And
It
now
was
it's
also okay
morally
to marry a
complicated.
14-year-old girl
Yeah, exactly. So
in
it's,
our culture
yeah,
too.
yeah.
Yeah, same thing.
So
Yeah,
it's only changed over time. So the
yeah,
moral
yeah,
values are a very, very
yeah.
flexible thing. That's
Yeah,
why
yeah.
I don't care about morals. I think about doing the good
With,
thing.
with cannibals, it's okay
And
to eat humans.
yes,
It's not a
and,
bad thing.
and when you see with Muslims, they simply think Allah is there and they do it for Allah. And Allah sees everything. So they behave in a certain way and they behave as good people because Allah sees it, and otherwise, so they feel. When you only
Yeah.
think about universal laws, what you send out will come back to you. When I don't think now there is Allah, but there's simply a universal law in the universe. What I give will come back to me. So
Uh,
of course, what I want, I will give. So if I give bad things away, bad things will come back to me. And it's just a simple matter of a law.
I know you're kind of more esoteric spiritual. You have a kind of more esoteric spiritual view of this
Yeah.
on universal law
Yeah.
than I have, but I don't believe in that kind of
Mm.
karma.
Karma, don't believe.
Yeah,
It happens in this
but
life, not the next life.
it's more than a logic thing.
Mm.
If you behave bad to people, bad
Mhm.
things will come back to you.
Yeah.
And if you're very friendly and
Mhm.
nice and sympathetic, they will treat you well.
Yeah.
Of course,
Yeah.
that's you call it a universal law, but
Now,
it's clear
this is
like
for you. For you, it's simply a direct interaction with other people. So I'm
yeah,
good to them, so good to me. It can happen when you're good to
yeah,
them that they still screw you, and when you're bad to them, most probably they will be bad to you. So because
yeah,
nobody is Mahatma Gandhi anymore,
yeah,
or like
yeah,
Jesus, I hold my second cheek. So you slap me
yeah,
one,
yeah,
not like Chris Rock or what's his name?
yeah,
He should have. Wait. Here, please, Will Smith. Here, please.
yeah.
And people, I think, don't realize that this was staged again. Huh?
Uh,
I
I'm
believe
not sure about it,
I
but
believe
these are all
80% is
actors.
staged.
These are
Yeah.
all business, not business entertainment people. And I was kind of not not surprised
Mm,
because it's like it is,
yeah.
but the comments, you know, if you defend your woman, that's nice, your wife, that's nice, but violence is bad.
Yeah.
Why is
Violence.
why if
Yeah. Yeah.
if
Mm,
you're talking bad about my
mhm,
girlfriend or my wife or my
mm,
best friend, also
whatever. Yeah. Male
manly
friends, of
friend,
course.
not
Yeah. Of course.
male friend,
Mm,
why shouldn't I slap you in the face? You can slap back, and
mm,
then what
yeah.
is nothing? And oh, violence is bad. No,
Mm,
violence is not
mm,
bad, because without violence there would be chaos in the world.
mhm.
That's
We
true,
have chaos, but on a different level. Yeah.
because
People simply don't see it.
we don't have enough
We
violence.
have mainstream media. Yeah.
Like in the, let's say, in the southern states
Mm,
of the United States,
rednecks. Yeah.
when you climb over a fence
Mhm.
and you know, maybe you look into a double barrel shotgun
Mm,
and the guy says, you know,
mhm, mhm,
one more step and you're dead.
mhm,
So nobody climbs
mhm.
above the
Yeah,
fence of
exactly.
another guy.
Yeah.
So violence is
So
good.
you naturally respect borders, you know,
Yeah, yeah,
like they agreed once the NATO and Russia, they agreed on a
yeah,
border, and it's the same principle now.
yeah, yeah,
And NATO said, no, no, wait a second,
yeah,
this border, now we jump over. And Putin said, listen, he had his double-barrel
yeah,
shotgun, said, listen, don't do it. But NATO,
yeah,
hey, no, no, let's go into Ukraine now, let's grab the Ukraine. And of course, no,
yeah, yeah,
what? It's
yeah,
natural.
yeah, yeah, yeah. And and if and it's worse than that because if our Western states like Germany, okay, Austria is neutral,
Yeah, not
but let's say
anymore.
any other, yeah, no, 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 you're
Schneehammer
right,
said
you're right, you're
we
right.
were forced to,
If they
unfortunately. We have
would
to leave.
have nice, pretty military
Yeah,
forces
yeah.
and the Austrian, foreign
Mm,
secretary of, would
okay.
go to Russia and say, oh, we don't like it if you
Mm,
climb over that fence.
yeah. And Putin said,
Then
"What? You stand
no,
there with your." Yeah,
no, but they put down their shotguns
yeah,
and they said, we have just European values.
yeah, yeah.
We are just for peace. Oh,
Mhm,
violence is
mhm,
bad. We
mhm,
have just peace tanks and
mhm.
peace rifles and peace bombers and
Yeah.
peace submarines and everything.
Mm,
You have to say, we have destroyers, we have warships, we have
okay.
the deadliest weapons you can imagine.
Mm.
And then the guy will think twice about climbing over the fence
Yeah,
in both directions.
of course. I mean, I would have said, simply print photos of Greta and put them on the fence. Nobody will climb over her.
Yeah. Or they
Yeah.
or they would use their pigtails to climb over.
No, they would say, "Oh my God, let's go in the other direction, please."
What about Greta?
Nothing.
She's
I have no idea.
you know what? I think they showed her boys and I think she's a kind of late burner or how you call it,
Mm.
Spätzünder, afterburner.
So, I'm not sure. Yeah, then you will come back to your new sexual practice you
Yes,
told me before.
with the ginseng.
Put
Oh,
the
how is it called?
ginseng stick in your
Uh,
butt, then you have an afterburner.
ginger. Yeah,
Ginger stick
ginger.
in
Yeah,
your butt, and you have an afterburner. Mm?
yeah, yeah.
But we
Right.
wanted to talk about Greta. Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
Mm?
maybe she found out about sexuality because she's a kind of
Yeah, yeah,
handicapped,
yeah, yeah.
and now she's not anymore interested in climate change because she likes it hot,
But
hotter.
I don't want to sound bad now, but I think in this with these people around, most probably she experienced sex in very variations and different ways, and not
Yeah.
gracefully, because these people are known for,
Yes, I understand. This all these reptiloids
Yeah,
and
exactly.
pizza gate
Yeah.
uh, people. Yeah, yeah,
Mm.
yeah. I agree. Yeah, yeah. Maybe they initiated her early.
I guess so.
Yeah, yeah. That's why she had this.
Yeah, of course, it makes the life easier because you don't want to see her, of course.
Come on, Greta. Let's save the climate.
Exactly.
Let's
Turn around.
take
Let's
a
save the
ride and
planet.
save the climate.
Exactly. Yeah,
Oh boy.
unfortunately.
Oh boy.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So we
So,
need we need more. I would like to have a guy from Australia or
mm,
a girl
mhm, mhm.
or from Korea forever.
Yeah, my girl from Australia moved to New Zealand, but she still is so busy. She is so
Oh
busy. Oh,
boy, oh boy.
but she is,
She's
huh?
a bit, you're just making this
Yeah, this
this
on a
sit-ups
horseback.
on the horse's ass. Oh
She's-
man.
I don't know.
What's the name of that other beauty shooting with their feet? I showed
Yeah, I forgot. Yeah.
Oh man.
I wrote to her. I said,
Oh.
listen, we have here this small podcast going. You do archery. It would be interesting. She didn't answer.
Oh man.
Yeah. I forgot her name. But I wrote her, what can I more do, you know?
You know, I always imagine these girls like Hercules having these trials, or how is it called? What Hercules did, the 7, or you know what he had to
What you
do.
had to do exactly, yeah. 7
Yeah,
deeds.
7. How is it called? So the
Challenges or whatever.
challenges, yes, like that. And
Mhm.
I like to have these girls in a row. This is for or okay.
Tuesday evening, guys. You need to be patient with Peter.
Oh man.
Mhm.
Yeah, but it's interesting that there's not just one girl making this feet shooting and
Yeah.
this acrobatic stuff.
Mhm.
They're into it.
Now
They
there are
like it.
many, they do already acrobatics, and maybe they did even archery in other combine it. Then I saw it that it's possible, and then I
Yeah.
try and do the same and
This
see.
this wonderful girl from Kyrgyzstan, Akhmatova Aida. I met her in South Korea.
Mhm.
She was the same.
Yeah.
Wow,
Mm.
wow, very acrobatic and
Yeah.
very, you know, they've. But I really admire them because they have so much will to do it. So
Yeah.
they like to train it, to make it,
Mhm.
and so on. It's
Yeah.
very interesting, very
Totally.
admirable.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So if somebody can help us with some contacts, I wrote to this one girlie, Gloria. No, not Gloria.
I
Something.
don't know.
I forgot her name now.
And she has some nice clips with changing her clothes and doing
Yeah.
stuff and so on. Yeah.
Mhm.
Nice made clips.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
I understand.
Yeah.
But
Like
we can ask Pink Austria. She has an Instagram channel. She's from Austria. So girlie, she shoots 3 fingers, a recurve bow, and always has
really.
some pink
I
feathers in
have
her hair.
I have to write Pink Austria.
Pink Austria, yeah.
She should show us pink or something.
No, she shoots 3 finger. That's why pink. You know, because we
Pink
know that all
Austria.
these 3 finger shooters are little, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, in Austria there are just a few good
Yeah,
shooters.
when you need 3 fingers for a job which can be done by 1 finger, you know, it's like, yeah.
It depends on age, I guess.
No, it's a technique. Age
So
is
you think
technique.
you're more experienced, you can
I
do.
didn't say that. Just say when you, how efficient is it when you have to use 3 fingers when you can do it with 1 finger? Efficiency, you know.
Yeah, but it's very rude to use a thumb.
Why?
Now think about it.
The thumb is the strongest finger of your 4 or 5 fingers. Of your
Yes,
10.
if you use your strongest
Yeah,
fingers.
of course. Efficiency. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe. The thumbers,
The
the
thumb is
thumber community.
thumber. Thumber and lightning. Yeah, yeah.
Maybe that's why these girls like it. This Petra Engländer, they are real thumpers.
She
No,
sent me a
no,
video. Yes,
they
she shoots 3 fingers. She learned from
she
Kashay.
loves the 3 finger stuff. No,
Yeah, you know, it,
like
as you said, it depends on age.
Kashai showed.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, we still talk about archery, guys, but some simply need 3 fingers, you know, let's say. That it makes it work, that it's shit.
The Kashai style, Eastern Kashai 3 finger women's stuff. I mean, you have bad thoughts, so there are bad things on earth.
I have different thoughts, they're not bad. And what I wanted to say is that Petra sent me a video yesterday or 2 days ago that she was galloping on her horse and she shot a row. She shot a row of targets 70 meters away and she hit it twice or something with her arrows.
Really?
So she really does, and then she trains now for competition or for a championship or something.
Sounds good. Sounds good.
Yeah.
I just thought about 3 under, 3 fingers under.
Yeah, just you have dirty thoughts, you know.
And you know, one of my favorite thoughts is string walking.
No, or string rolling. Yeah, exactly. String walking, and
String rolling.
then three fingers under. Yes, thank you. You know. Yeah, disgusting. Also, this I prefer to use my thumb. You know, don't need string walking and stuff. Bare thumb.
But you need a thumb ring with.
No, I don't need a thumb ring. I mean,
Just
you know,
the girls like it.
some guys need some rings that it works better. Yes, yes. I can shoot without.
Interesting.
Mhm.
Thumb rings.
I don't even like
So
a protection on my
Petra
thumb.
hit some targets from a running horse at 70 yards
70 meters. Yeah.
on video.
Mhm.
Just just ask Byron Ferguson about that.
Yeah, when she hits
But
it, she hits
maybe we can have James Jean again.
it. Yeah. Did you see this one where he shot along this pipe? In the arrow?
Yeah.
It's just so cool.
Crazy, yeah.
Such an awesome guy.
He must have a lot of time.
Yeah.
That's sure.
To come up with, first of all, to come up with these ideas always, you know, what else can you shoot? Of course, flipping a coin, and you know, but
he did everything, but then this with the pipe is a completely new thing. Yeah, it's very interesting.
Or now he has a returning arrow, you know, I have them too. You need to put fletching in the front, then it flies a circle and you can pick it up and shoot again.
Oh, but Lars Andersen what are his new stunts and feats?
Yeah, I only last time when he wrote to me, he said that he's practicing or getting now Guinness Book of Records or something and showing that he can even shoot a heavy poundage bow in this way, because that was the most people were always saying he only shoots a 30-pound bow and he tended to shoot a bow, blah blah blah. Yeah, so that's why but I don't know.
Yeah.
And then he was interested in the Oneida Kestrel shooting left-handed. We wanted to see that, but we didn't speak since then. Yeah. Yeah, he will come up with something new.
You know, a guy with his abilities, also James Jean.
Yeah. They are not stagemen. They are good trick shots, but not stagemen.
Yeah.
They had to be a Byron Ferguson takes a little more. Yeah.
In fact, they should be millionaires, if you think about it.
Yeah, of course. With these skills.
And if you think, you know, I just asked Byron Ferguson one time, how many shows do you do a year? He said 100.
Yeah. And every show.
How many money do you get for one show? 5,000 at least.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's 500,000 euros a year.
Yeah. Plus sponsoring, plus. Yeah, exactly.
Sales and so on.
Yeah.
And these two guys are so good.
Yep.
And they can't do it.
Yeah, not everybody's born for the stage, I think.
Yeah. But you know what? Byron isn't born for the stage either. Byron, you know him a little from our talks. He's so natural. Yeah. He's really like he is.
For him, it's not a difference being on the stage or
he's Byron
in his backyard, because
I'm Byron and I can do that.
I try to do it. If it works, it works. If not, it's fine.
Yeah.
He has no problem with it.
He's really like that. You know, I joined him for some days and some weeks, and he's like he is. And maybe that's his power.
Yeah.
Because I hate this authentic stuff. But he is.
He's authentic. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
That's why he deserves every cent he makes with it.
Yeah.
And he doesn't even explain a lot or talks a lot on stage, you know, you don't have to, but you could show, you know, show off.
Yeah.
But it's not for everybody.
And what he's doing on stage is not breathtaking or something, but he does his stuff and he does it his way. And
maybe it's simply because it needs to be in an entertaining way. You know, good shooting. We have so many. I have Instagram. I follow a few guys on Instagram. They shoot in the backyard. They throw a rice corn and shoot it and whatever. You know, this is not something so hyper special anymore. We have many. They can do this, but in the
Yeah,
backyard, and on a stage, as you always said, you need to have a story when you're on
yeah,
stage, that
yeah.
you're really not only
And
standing there, okay, I shoot now this, and now I shoot this, and now I shoot this, so that you build a story around what you're shooting and why you're shooting it.
yeah, and Byron is always doing the same stuff on
Yeah.
stage, but the big difference is, even if he's doing always the same stuff, he's interacting with the auditory.
Yeah.
He's interacting with the viewers, with the watchers,
Yeah.
and he talks to them.
Yeah.
On a YouTube clip, you also talk to your
Yeah. But you talk to the camera. Yeah.
yeah, but he talks to the people,
Yeah.
and
But yeah.
yeah,
He had to learn that. He learned that while he was doing it. He started on small stages, I guess, or whatever, in the
yeah,
first ones. But you get this
yeah,
confidence on stage. I mean, it's the same like, you know, it when you have a group of 100 people, for you, it's not a problem to
yeah,
talk to them and still be, you know, to be aware of
yeah,
everyone and talk to them
yeah,
and
yeah.
still perform. But that needs practice, and then you get there.
And that are the good entertainers, because all the really good entertainers
You
learned
engage.
in on small stages. Dean Martin,
Yeah.
Elvis Presley, all that really nice
Yeah.
and all round entertainers, they learned it in small
Small
theaters,
bars
in
and clubs.
bars, in
Exactly.
clubs.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And they they saw the faces of the auditory,
Yeah.
and they said, "Oh,
Yeah.
this is not good. This is
Yeah.
good. This." And in a real comedy show or something like that, it's all about timing.
Yeah.
You have to pause. You have to
Mm.
talk on. You have
Mhm.
to let the point set. You have
Yeah,
to,
of
and so
course.
on. And that's it. What you just be able to learn it with live people,
Yeah,
not on a YouTube camera.
exactly. No, no. This is what George Carlin made, in my opinion, so big as an entertainer. You know, George Carlin is one of
Yeah,
my favorite comedians.
yeah,
But when you see how intelligently he built up always every his
yeah,
jokes, you know,
yeah, yeah,
he really does it perfectly. So it's not simply what I would think is, speaking of Charlie Greenberg, he could do this because he has this.
yeah,
He's a Rampensau.
yeah,
He
yeah,
likes to
yeah,
show
yeah,
off,
yeah,
and
yeah,
he is a storyteller. He writes books, so he has a
yeah,
storytelling aspect.
yeah,
He has
yeah,
his skills as an archer. I
yeah.
think he could make it.
Uh, I totally agree. And the only thing he's lacking, and next week or so
He's a
we
good
will
face
make
like you or yours or mine. I know, but
a
it's
podcast. He likes to talk about how to become a famous archer, and
yeah.
I'd like to tell him,
Mm-hmm,
or I don't like, but I will tell him.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And uh, the only thing he's lacking, in my opinion, is you have to be a kind of a trickster. You
Mm,
have to fool the people.
yeah,
You have to to trick them out. To you always, and
yeah.
like you say, Charles Carlin,
George Carlin. Yeah,
George Carlin, sorry. Uh, you say he's building up the
yeah,
point and the
yeah,
story and so on. And it's the same with writing a book.
yeah.
You can write, this happened,
Mm-hmm,
okay, but
mm-hmm,
you have to build it up.
yeah,
You have to fool the
mm-hmm,
reader. You have to have a fake
mm,
track.
yeah. Plot
He's
twist
following
and
the
something.
wrong track, and then you can make a surprise to
Mm-hmm,
lead him on the right track.
yeah.
And so it's all about a kind of play, and that's I'm always going back to the stage magicians and so
Mm-hmm,
on.
yeah.
This is it's exactly what they do.
Mm-hmm,
They show you something here and make
yeah, of
another thing here,
course.
and then they surprise you with this
Mm,
thing,
mm-hmm,
and you looked at that hand,
yeah.
and so on. And that is what you have. I don't know, maybe it's a special breed of man, I don't know. If you like
Mm,
to prank people, if you like
yeah.
to fool people
Mm,
in a good way, in a
yeah.
nice way, not to betray or to fraud them or
Yeah.
so, but if you like to play pranks on your friends, and
Mm,
you're hiding something and then you're showing it up and so on, it's a kind of
mm,
character thing. I don't know.
yeah,
And the only thing Charlie Greenberg has to learn is this.
yeah.
He has all the other,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
all the other, how
But
you
this he
call it?
can, but this he can learn. It's not you have to be born
Yeah,
like this.
yeah,
You can learn it and
yeah,
integrate it in your show and then make
yeah.
it.
And he's very clever, so he will learn it
Yeah,
easily, I'm sure.
exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Or like we said, also James Chin is a very clever
Mm,
guy, in my
yeah.
opinion.
Yeah.
If he works out a kind of stage
But he just doesn't like to go on
stuff,
stage, you know?
or he don't need,
Yeah. There's no
and
need for
in
some
that way, he's the same like Byron,
Mm,
because we talked about before. I said, Byron, you're shooting at balloons, that's great, and you're making this and that, but there's no point,
mm,
no
mhm,
surprise,
yeah.
because if someone is exposing a balloon to
Mhm,
you, and you as a world-known archer
mhm,
uh, is able to hit that balloon,
mm,
nobody's surprised.
yeah.
But it works for him, so
Yeah.
he don't need to develop
Yeah.
more.
Exactly.
It
No, it's
works for
fine.
him. He
Yeah.
has $500,000 a year, so it's okay.
500,000 arguments that it's fine like it is. Yeah.
Yeah, 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 yeah,
Of course.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
But that's why I see Charlie Greenberg on this doing stage or doing movies or something like
I will help
entertaining
him.
people.
I
Yeah.
because I like to see when I say some when I
Mm,
tell him some tricks how to walk with people, how to work, sorry, with
mm,
people, then he's able to do it.
yeah.
He would be able to do it,
Sure.
and so I would be proud if he
Of
takes
course.
some of my ideas and makes it.
Mhm.
Yeah,
You should read maybe some of these magician books, that would help you getting in the right
yeah,
mindset for stage performance.
yeah.
And even a short movie is like a stage performance. This is
It's exactly
when you
the
only
same
run
thing.
around and shoot arrows like crazy. Whatever. Then you can watch a Lars Andersen video too.
And that's the most basic knowledge about it.
Mm,
It's not about the shooting.
yeah.
It's about how you present
Mhm.
it.
Yeah. It's the acting, not the shooting.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and the
And
storyline that you
yeah, how
engage.
you present it.
Yeah.
Yeah, how you bring it up. How
Mhm.
you say, oh,
Like you told me once with this, where I saw this world record of how high can you shoot an arrow, and he had an altimeter on it and shot the arrow that and that high.
yeah,
And I said, I should do this too, but shoot directly two arrows. And he said, but then everybody expects that the arrow will come back. But imagine a rubber duck will fly back, then you surprise the people.
yeah,
And then they, ooh, you look, did you see that? Then they
yeah,
talk about
yeah,
you.
yeah,
When the
yeah.
arrow comes back, of course, like you said with Byron, when you shoot a balloon, everybody expects it. Fine.
Dean Martin made a joke in one of his Dean Martin shows. He drew the cigarette in the
Mhm.
air, and the banana came down.
Yeah,
And
exactly. Yeah.
it's a very simple joke, but
Yeah.
it
But it
works.
works. Yeah,
But
exactly.
yes, and nobody on earth can avoid this joke. When you
No?
see it,
Yeah. You expect that the cigarette comes in, but oh, take. Yeah, of course. And then you talk about it. Of course.
yeah,
It
yeah,
keeps your mind busy. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. And the
Interesting.
simplest jokes and pranks are the still the best.
Yeah, of course. I mean, look
I
at Laurel
I
and
think
Hardy and whatever.
I told it before, but I like to tell it again.
Try it again.
Uh, in one of the Dean Martin shows, they made this old, and I like to convert this trick to archery.
Mm-hmm.
And they made this old trick. There was a kind of circus music,
Mm-hmm.
and there were three beautiful girls with a with that, how is it called, that costumes, that corsages, or
Yeah, of
glittering
course.
and so on, and they danced around, and then Martin was there, and they had that big box what
Mm-hmm.
stage magicians use to put the person in
Mhm.
and stick swords through,
Mhm.
you know. And the Martin was there, and these girls grasped him and pushed him into that carpet, how is it called? Cabinet,
Mhm.
closed it, and the music went on. And
Mhm.
before they pushed him inside, Dean Martin had a glass of whiskey, like to
Mhm.
drink, but they took away the glass and pushed him in the
Mhm.
closet. And the music went on, and just his head was outside the closet, and
Mhm.
they
Good. Yeah.
stick the swords into that
Mhm. Mhm.
closet, and he and so on. And then the thing was over. They opened the door, and he came out, and he grasped his glass of whiskey and drank. And from his
Everywhere. Yeah.
from 5
Yeah.
places,
Yeah. 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 The whiskey ran
the
out. Yeah.
whiskey poured out from
Of
his
course.
chest.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
You
Huh?
can't avoid that joke.
Simple joke. Exactly.
Everybody has to laugh about it.
Yeah.
It's,
Yeah.
you can't do it wrong.
Mhm.
Yeah, yeah. And I had the idea to transform it to archery.
Mhm.
So the 3 girls shooting with arrows
Mhm.
into the cabinet,
Mhm.
and the same
Yeah.
idea.
Mhm.
And then they drew out the arrows, and then you come out, you drink, and
Mhm. That's you start leaking. Yeah. Yeah.
just a dream, no?
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah,
Nice. Mhm. Yeah.
yeah,
But we would need one archery entertainer on stage for the interest of archery again. You know that
yeah,
you see
yeah,
it on a different way, not only this Hollywood archery CGI stuff, that you see
yeah.
some real archery and some real trick shots. You know, this
I'm
would
so
be
sorry, Byron knew the name. I again forgot the name. There's one guy, he's now very old, and he did a nice show in a nightclub in Paris.
Mhm,
And he had a beautiful female assistant,
mhm,
and she presented him something.
mhm,
I don't know. And he shot at this stuff, and with every hit,
mhm.
some of her clothing fly off.
Ah, okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Nice.
Yeah, I think,
Strip poker, but archery. Yeah, yeah.
yeah, like that, strip archery.
Mhm,
And it was in a big nightclub in Paris, and he did
mhm.
it. Maybe I can find the link, and I send it to you. And that's archery and entertainment.
Exactly.
Yeah,
What it's all about.
it's not about shooting; it's about the
Yeah,
number.
yeah.
It's about the act.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay,
Mm, great.
what's
Yeah.
more about archery?
Yeah.
Have you got the new
No,
book?
no. I have already. I didn't even read these ones. I need to read them for the review.
Yes, but that's that's the
Fine.
same content like in your
Exactly.
books, but it's in one big
Oh,
book. So
yeah,
it's
that's
so
fine.
it's part 1 and part 2 in one
Yeah, I
book.
understand. I
It's
like it a lot.
just
I like this idea. Yes, but still,
available in German, but I'm working on the English
good.
version.
Good boy.
So let's see.
Hmm.
And I'm working on the third
I wait for the
volume.
third version. Yeah, we need to see how it
It's a
continues.
hard stuff. It will be a
Of
big
course.
story. Yeah.
Hmm? Then go ahead.
Yep. Yep.
Your day
Yep.
has 24 hours, like my day.
You know, since I'm working, I
Yeah.
get up at 5 o'clock in the
Okay.
morning,
Yeah,
and
keep
I'm
up.
back at 5 o'clock in the afternoon.
Okay. And then you're almost probably done with the world. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. But
Mm-hmm.
it's a kind of challenge too,
Yeah.
because I'm born 1965, and now I'm getting 57. And I thought, okay, if I like to work
Mm-hmm.
this hard job, I
Mm-hmm.
can do it,
Yeah.
and I can do it.
Yeah, of course.
It's not
It's
too
not so
bad.
bad. Then you get a bit
No.
off from your
Yes, if
studies
you
and the
if
couch.
you if you're back home in the evening, you say, "Oh, I'm a little tired now."
Mm.
It's not too bad.
Then at least you know why you're tired,
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Mm.
yeah, yeah.
It's fine.
Yes, because upstairs in this flat upstairs, I got 3 Ukrainian moms
Mm-hmm.
mamsels, or how you call it, women, and different than what they told us with the Syrian refugees and so on. These are really women with children. That's true.
Yeah.
That's really true. Yeah, I never saw them just here outside, but yeah.
How do you know then that they have children when you never saw them?
I saw them outside here, but I never saw them
Okay.
face to face or talk to them. Yeah.
Okay.
But I guess only rich people are fleeing from the Ukraine because they have a big Honda car.
Yeah.
One of the most expensive Eastern cars, I think, is Honda. It's like the Mercedes of the Asian cars.
The Honda's Japanese, they cost money.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's see.
Yeah.
Maybe I will walk up and say, "Have you seen my cat? My cat is gone.
I'm looking for a pussy. Oh, you Cossacks!
You Putin! I'm looking for a Putin.
I'm sorry, my S is a little worse. A Putin.
Are you more the thumb type or the 3 fingers under type?
Oh, we want the whole fist. Oh shit. Okay.
That's the communist symbol.
Yeah, or some different.
All the communists like it.
When 3 fingers are not enough, you use the whole fist. No, okay, it's fine.
No, that's the communists. You know, they like the fist.
And then you don't ask for ginger sticks anymore. Then
Ginger sticks.
You started,
Ginger plugs.
Ginger plugs, yeah. They need to have a certain shape that they stay inside, yeah, of course.
I think it's part of a kind of Ayurveda.
Sure.
Eastern.
Everything can be justified with anything, of course. Yeah.
I think ginger is from the East, no?
Yeah, they use it a lot there, yeah. Ginger.
Yeah.
And it's very good. But you could drink it as a tea or something.
Ginger ale.
Ginger ale.
Ginger ale with gin or whiskey is not too bad. A lot of ice and a little bourbon and ginger ale, that's a nice drink.
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay.
Good.
So
we leave it for today.
Yeah.
And we hope that next week we have someone again in the show.
Yeah.
And then we see.
Yeah, and dear fans and followers and admirers and all of you, don't be angry if we let out 1 week. We're working on it, and we try to have more guests from around the world. And if you think you have to say something to us, just contact us and we will have you on the show. We're always open to learn new stuff.
Yeah.
You know, that thumb and 3 finger stuff and the fists, everything. We are really open to it. At least Armin is open. I'm not.
Even pinch draw,
Pinch draw.
You only have these 2 fingers.
Or Apache draw, and
Yeah. Comanche.
Slavic draw, Comanche draw.
Comanche, Apache, Slavic.
I love this Comanche video of Lars Andersen.
Yeah.
He's a real redskin in his heart.
Riding like the wind,
galloping like wind in his hair.
Yeah. He barely could sit on the horse. He was so fast. Yeah, but you start at a point.
I would have, if I would had made this kind of clip, I would use this, how is this, roundabout horse. That would be nice. They also have a saddle and galloping and so on.
They look like a horse. Yeah. More in a controlled way.
Yeah. If we talk on, I will get a little hoarse.
Now we stop now. Okay.
Let's stop while we are more pony and don't get hoarse.
Horsey. Okay. Thank you very much for watching, guys. You
Thank
still can
you.
leave your comments in the comment section down there, and tell
You
us what
horsey people, we love you.
we love everyone. I love everyone.
Stay with your thumb
I love
or
everyone.
3 fingers.
But the major thing for loving everyone is first you need to love yourself. When you love and accept yourself.
I'm a narcissist, so I love myself.
Yes, but you need to accept yourself. Not only okay, and then you can love everyone.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, yeah. So I should work on myself to be able to love everyone.
No, you need to only love yourself.
Okay. That sounds a little egotist.
No, unconditionally loving yourself with all your flaws and all your things and everything you have, but be real to yourself.
Do you love yourself even
Yes.
when your girlfriend is with you?
Of course. I love myself. It's a 24/7 thing. You cannot stop this. There's no on and off switch.
Oh, I see.
That's when you're honest to yourself. Yeah.
That's hard. If you don't honest to other people, it's hard to be honest to yourself.
Yeah. That's why I'm always honest. It's for me the easiest way.
Honesty.
Yeah.
Just a simple. How is
No,
it?
it's
The
because
Billy Joel song, Honesty.
I'm lazy.
Long.
And imagine I would
Lazy.
start lying now to someone, and then I need to remember which lie I
Oh,
told
yeah,
him, and
yeah,
all this. It's so much
yeah,
hassle. So I directly tell the
yeah.
truth.
That's true. That's
And
I.
they can deal with it. If they like it, it's fine. If they don't like it, it's fine too.
No.
It's not my problem.
You know what the big secret is
No.
always say the truth,
Yeah.
but hide your real intention.
No, you can say the truth without saying your intention, of course.
Yeah, that's the key. That's the key.
Mm.
Because if you don't lie, you don't have to remember your lies. And if you hide your real intention, you can get to your goal
Yeah.
in most cases.
Yeah, of course.
Because if you walk in a bar and say to the first girl sitting on the bar at the bar, oh, how about making love with me?
Mm.
She will slap you.
Or she will say, okay, let's go. You never know.
Yeah, but it's about 20 to 1. At least I'm not
If you have
as
20
handsome.
if you have 20 girls in the bar, it's no problem.
Yeah,
But it's
but if
faster,
you say
easier, and honest.
how you have a nice dress, or do you like to have a drink with me, you hide your real intention, but
No, you don't. I had this
you
once.
say the truth.
I had once in Regensburg that she was a waitress and she was really cute, and I was starting, and blah, and we could go for a coffee. I said, "So you want to have sex with me?" Of course. But we have to follow certain, because
Yeah,
it was
yeah,
like first you go for the
yeah.
coffee, and then we go in the cinema, and then we go eat, and blah blah blah.
Yeah, we could cut it down
Exactly.
to.
And she directly
Yeah.
asked, "So you sure you want to have sex with me?" I would not say no.
They're very clever and direct girls around too, of course, no question about it.
Where you go in the bar and tell her, "Listen, shall we fuck?" And she says, "Okay, yes, let's go." Or not.
You go to the disc jockey and say, "Oh, can I have your microphone? Hello, I'm Armin, and every girl here around. If you would like to have a
No, not like this. I would say, "Listen,
string walk with me."
There are only 3 out there. I would like, so come here. Let's talk. But I don't go in disco, so it doesn't happen.
Are disco still?
I have no idea.
I don't know.
I was 5 times maybe in a discotheque.
In our age, it's better to buy a little cute dog and walk in the dog zone.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah. Makes your life easier to connect with
Yeah.
girls. Yeah.
Oh, you have a cute dog.
I know.
Yes, because I'm so alone,
Yes. My wife died of cancer. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They will comfort you.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. Okay.
Good.
So
Thank you for watching, guys.
thank you. And
Stay
also,
tuned, subscribe, and buy Peter's book. They're really interesting. I made a video about the first, and not the second. I didn't. Right?
second, no,
Now they're out in English, so all English speakers get one. It's really interesting to read. It's really a nice read. I don't like reading. I have now another book series of a Russian author, which is
Russian is
no,
Russian. You can't read Russian
it's a
authors.
translation. It's from Fomenko. It's about the history of the new chronology, that he really discovers what in history, what is written and what is true.
Oh,
So
it's
that's very interesting.
conspiracy theories.
Long thing. And the other book, a really interesting book, is my friend Olga Fedin. She is the daughter from the famous Yuri Fedin, the knife thrower. He wrote a book once in Russian, and she translated it now into English.
That sounds great. That's
great. Very interesting, but I'm on page 44. It's very technical and everything, because he has a special wave technique, and it's really, but it's interesting.
Oh, I mean, so if you tell us and mention this, let's make next time a podcast about this. If you have read more in the book, I'm sure it's interesting.
It's very interesting. I mean, I know already, because this wave technique, what he describes, is nothing like in Chinese martial arts. It's called Fa Ching. This is this explosive power where you use the tendons, the deformation, and with this you can snap a blade straight away. So it's not like when you have this long push, then you need to compensate for the curvature it's flying. So it works once you do it right. It really works no matter which distance. This thing, after it leaves your hand, it flies straight like an arrow with an impact unbelievable. And this is fascinating. But the body mechanics with this wave technique, they are not new for me, but it's interesting how he describes it. So that's why. But it's interesting. Yeah.
Maybe he opens another view on this, and you will get it. Yeah, and because you talked about my two books, you should make the review about the two books in one review.
I know. I mean, need to read them first again, because I already.
Oh yeah, you wanted to reread them, yeah.
Yeah, this is. First of all, I don't like to read something a second time, but I will do it for you. But it takes time.
No problem.
No good.
So goodbye.
Yep. Thank you for watching. Goodbye, guys.
Thank you, Armin.
Stay tuned, and
it was a great talk.
Great. Always like usual.
Nice, wonderful show.
Yes, you are such an honest and
humble
always,
person. We were wonderful.
You invented narcissism, right?
Oh, these two talkers are so amazing.
Of course. Like Ted Nugent said, I didn't invent the middle finger, but I perfected it.
If Joe Rogan could hear us, he would hide in shame.
No, he would invite you directly for his next show. Okay, ciao, guys.
Goodbye.